Hello. I know and realize that many of you haven't seen me in a long time. Most of the time, Church on the Net is posted with a view of a light or something to take your distraction off of me, who am getting older and look more and more like Santa Claus every day. But I felt like I needed to come on and address this. You see, so many people will get on TikTok, especially our younger people, which is great. They'll get on TikTok or different medium, YouTube, wherever it is, and they'll kind of misquote scripture or put their own twist, and people take it as the gospel. Recently, this came into my realm because it's a scripture that we use for the mentoring program, and that is Galatians 6:2. Bear each other's burdens, in this way you fulfill the law of Christ. This individual happened to turn it into a way to deflect or to have an excuse not to get involved in people's lives, because he said that Jesus didn't do that. However, that is wrong. Jesus didn't just have empathy for people, he got involved with them. Otherwise, you wouldn't have seen Lazarus raised from the dead. You wouldn't have seen him feed the 5,000. You wouldn't have seen him do so many things that he did to get involved in people's lives, which is why we say that the scripture backs up the reason that we need to bear each other's burdens and the whole reason for our Mighty Men program. Now, it's great to quote the scripture, but to put your own twist on it, don't say it's authority. This is our twist on it. Looking at the Bible and the way that Jesus interacted with people, the way that he interacted with each of us, he not only cares about having empathy for us, but he wants to be involved in our lives. He wants to know us. He wants to be known by us. It's not just something that you can throw money at, which people do. It's not something that you can just say, well, I feel sorry for them and walk on. You have to be held accountable to certain things. The whole story of the Samaritan, the Good Samaritan, which is another story that we use, that's in the Bible, speaks of somebody who was unloved by a people and treated poorly by a people, worse than a slave. Yet that is the person at the end of the day that came and actually rescued him, which speaks volumes into, do people really love you, or are they just around you because you give them good advantages, or because you take care of them, or you throw money at them? Or do people really love you? Because the Good Samaritan didn't know this man from anybody, and he wound up taking care of him to a fault. He got involved with his life. So I just wanted to re-emphasize what we teach. I know that I'm a loud personality. I know that I am. And a lot of people don't like that. Even some of my family doesn't like that. And that's okay. I have learned to find joy. This year, I think I'm learning to not let things get to me as bad, to taking things more on the cuff, and realizing more and more every day that I want to decrease as he increases. You see, I want it to be, if I leave this world, that I've left an imprint, but not a foot mark, if you know what I mean. We have too much stuff. I have way too much stuff. I need to get rid of a bunch of it. And that's okay with me. I've decided to either, if I don't need it, to donate it to ministries that can use it, or they can sell it to use it, or I can sell it myself to use for ministries to my own family. I've got a whole new kind of twist on the way I want to look at things, and to choose joy. Even when the devil tries to hit you, and I get hit a lot, I admit it, I do. I get hit by people that I thought loved me. I really do. Wind up twisting that knife as much as I can. I'm thankful that I have the family that I have, and I have the wife that I have. Bless her heart. She's been sick for a long time, and she still overdoes. But that's okay. That's her. I needed the long trip to Ohio to go home for a while, just to regroup with my family there. But understanding more and more that you all are my family. And I am thanking each and every one of you for being a part of the ministry that we do together. It's not just mine, it's yours too. But when I saw this young man on TikTok, or I forget if it was TikTok or YouTube, I saw him somewhere anyhow. Where I saw him is not that important, but to take two scriptures and just manipulate them to kind of push off our own personal responsibility. We're in the brotherhood of man, whether we like it or not. And not everybody agrees with us, and I'm okay with that. They have to make their own decisions. A forced decision for Christ is not a decision. You can't do it. You can't do it. It's the one thing you have to do for yourself. And it can't be pushed down people's throats. So, with all that being said, in my humble opinion, these scriptures, especially Galatians 6:2, bear each other's burdens, and this way you fulfill the law of Christ, are calling us to get involved in other people's lives, to care about them, to not just show empathy, but to try to help them meet the needs that they have. It doesn't mean take care of them, but help them meet the needs. That's why the monies that come into DLM, to deeper level mentoring, so many of those go out to help different guys in our program. This year, we didn't quite make our Christmas goal. I did get some Christmas gifts I still have to send out, but we have to get more funds in before I can send them out. God will take care of everything. I believe it in my heart, and I preach it and teach it. I teach tithing. I teach that Jesus he's it. It's all about him. Always will be, always has been. It is all about him. People, love each other. Share each other's burdens. And this way you fulfill the law of Christ. Galatians 6:2.